Good morning, Warriors. Welcome back to another Warriors Walk. Welcome back to another Warriors Walk. Today we're doing something different. We're not gonna, next week we'll continue on with the Adam and Eve. Next week we'll do part 3, Adam and Eve part 3. I'm not going to tell you the title of it, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good one. So make sure you're back for that one next week, Adam and Eve part 3. So many lessons, so many things to be learned, so much feedback. I'm getting a lot of feedback through these videos, and I greatly appreciate that. Apparently we're going to be, hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to reach that one person and have them view the Bible in a different light, or view their lives in a different light, and dedicate it back to God. Speaking of dedication, this week we're celebrating the Feast of Dedication, also known as the Festival of Lights, also known as Hanukkah. And we decided to celebrate this day, to celebrate this week, this time, because we're rededicating ourselves back to God. You may be asking yourself, are you a Jew or are you a Hebrew? And the answer to that question is no, we're not any of those. We're just children of God, wanting to be more like Jesus, wanting to be aligned with His will and His purpose for our lives. We just want to partake in things that are more, that has more of a meaning to us, and not just out here just doing whatever, just because. The Feast of Dedication that we're doing, how we're doing it is, understanding that we need to be more dedicated to His will and His purpose that He has established for us. Looking inward to see what we may not be doing, looking inward to see things that we could be doing more of, or things, how we're handling our relationships with each other and things like that. Making sure we're dedicated to the family, making sure we're dedicated to, for myself, me being dedicated to my wife and my son and my daughter, being dedicated and upholding the standard that God has established since Adam. Just being dedicated to what He has already established and what He is doing in my life. And that's the full thing, basically. So this Feast of Dedication, we've been, reading scriptures, giving telling what the scriptures mean to us. We just added a prayer to it. Again, this is our first year doing it. We have our menorah. I'm gonna post a picture of that. Actually, that picture was taken on Sunday, but we have our menorah, and which is the light stand that is actually, the one that God told them to make and create and put in the temple. So since 2020, let's see, about 2021 actually, as I've transitioned from a lot of things, I've cut off so many things, I've put away so many things, that now I'm in a place where I've only want to be connected to the things that I feel are, well, not that I feel are good, but the things that I know are good. I want to be doing the things that are, that brings value. I want to be more Christ-like, right? So, I'm wanting to celebrate more of the holy days that God has appointed. I'm wanting to walk, foot in foot in His will and His purpose in our lives. I'm wanting to know more about His word. I'm wanting to replicate that as close as possible. We are called to be the light, and I want to be the light. With saying all of that, I do understand that certain things that we can focus on can become an idol. So a quick little story, like our menorah came into the mail, right? It's the light stand. It came into the mail. We finally got it. We got it, so we ordered it late, and we was like, ooh, we don't know if it's gonna be here by the feast. We don't know if it's gonna be here. It was saying that it was gonna be a day late, and God blessed it, and it showed up the day before that it was supposed to, or it actually showed up on the day that it was supposed to start. So that Thursday night, it was supposed to show up Friday, but it showed up that Thursday night. And usually our UPS guy always drops off his packages around, I say between 12:30 and 1:30. This one came at 5. So I mean, out of the norm. Uh, that was just a blessing. We got our stand, we set it up. You know, I was looking at it and I was like, man, this is beautiful, and I was really like uh, like in awe at it, right? And I had to check myself, like, whoa, whoa, don't turn this into something that it's not. You know, it's a material thing, and yes, it is, identical to what God was calling for. Yes, this is what they used in the temple, or something that they used in the temple, but don't turn it into something that is not supposed to be, right? So with things like that, you got to be, checking yourself. Are you idolizing something in your life? Are you, placing so much value on something that if someone says you should probably put that away, are you going to bite them back like, whoa, I ain't putting nothing away? And especially if they're giving you some truth about it, like, so we have to be aware of these things. Sometimes we get caught up in doing things out of tradition. We get caught up in doing things just because, that's what we know, that, that's what we know. And as soon as a stone is thrown at it, you're ready to go to war for it. And that's a hard issue. That's a hard issue. So you want to make sure that you're not idolizing whatever you're doing. You're not putting it above, you know above what it's supposed to be. That thing has no power. It can't give life, it can't take life, it can't redeem you, it can't do any of those things. So we got to be careful with that. And I'm saying that for me. I got to be careful because I don't want to turn whatever holy day that I end up celebrating. I don't want to turn it into, you know, I don't want to diminish its meaning by celebrating the items or the activity in the in that day, right? So we're making sure that this feast of dedication is something that we're being aware of, that we're fully engaged in dedicating ourselves to God, to His will, to His purpose, and for our lives, basically. That's what we're doing, and that's what it means to us. The Feast of Dedication, the Festival of Lights, being dedicated to being that light to the world, as He has called us to be. So, simply said, I hope this video was thought provoking. I hope this video does not, you know, does not make you feel some type of way about whatever you're doing in your home. I hope this video, I don't want that to be that. I did this video just to, not showcase, but just to tell you what we're doing. And I hope I hope you don't feel any way about it. It's just what we're doing and where we're going in our lives and how we're doing things in our lives. And as more holy days show up, we're gonna partake in those, and I'm gonna tell you why we're celebrating those and what we're doing in those days. This one, like I said, it's very simple. We usually, I guess, the traditional Hanukkah, what they do is they eat everything using oil, right? And I've seen other rabbis say that's not a very healthy living to do that. So I was like, we debated it, we talked about it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to eat fried food every day for 8 days. That's a lot of fried food. So what we did was select our favorite meals, and we've been, cooking them up. When we light the menorah, all lights are off. That thing puts out so much light, it's crazy. Most time candles, those small little candles don't do any, it doesn't have good lighting, but for some reason the light is beautiful off of it. So we, making our favorite meals, turning off all the lights, reading verses, doing a prayer, and just, focusing on God and being thankful, especially this year. This year has been, man, you don't even know. This year has been something, and but God, but God. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Again, follow us on the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notification. Every Tuesday we'll be dropping a video pertaining to the stories in the Bible that I have read, and giving my little feedback on, or giving my perception of those stories and the things that I have learned from those stories. So again, have a great day. This has been, I don't know, I just went blank. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Warrior out.